We can now speak to football correspondent Peter of the Heyde, who was at the final. Peter, not the final we all wanted to see, but it was gripping nonetheless.
Yes, I think it was not a bad final. I think it started stronger and then ended stronger, obviously, with the penalty shootout that adds a huge excitement to the end. I think Côte d'Ivoire, they really looked as if they really wanted to win. Ghana then came back into the game a bit better. And as I say, I think the penalty shootout kind of, compensated for maybe what a bit was lacking throughout the 120 minutes.
Winning the tournament was so important for both teams that it actually stifled their play. Is this a fair assessment?
Yes, I think it is fair. Though I think it's an assessment that you can say that really about many finals nowadays. The importance of winning a final. I spoke to Heyde Renard after the game in the dressing rooms, and he was saying, that at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is winning the final, and they've achieved that. And at the end of, nobody's really going to look at how you got to winning there. In 10 years, everybody's going to remember the 2015 champions, Ivory Coast, not necessarily the game.
How would you assess Heyde Renard's impact in adding a steely resolve to Ivory Coast play?
Well, I think he's really managed to make a team out of the side. You could see the discipline that they had, highly motivated, and they really played as a team. And he said that it was a team effort, and I think that's why also you actually had no individual Ivorian player standing out head and shoulders above the rest. And I think it's not a surprise that Christian Atsu of Ghana won the Player of the Tournament award.
Peter, where does this tournament rank in terms of the quality of football we've witnessed?
Okay, I think the standard of football has been good. There's been a lot of excitement, a lot of exciting games. I think we've seen very close games in the first round. I think there was not more than maybe two, if even, games that had more than one goal difference. So I think we've seen that that African teams have become stronger. I think the number of goals, there were a number of goals scored that were excellent. In the knockout stages, 23 goals were scored, which is the second highest number of goals in the knockout section. And I think in all, I think African football showed a pretty good face.
CAF President Issa Hayatou has been critical of global media coverage of last Thursday's semi-final violence. Has he got anything to gripe about?
Unfortunately, I think he does. I think the African Cup of Nations doesn't really get the coverage possibly that it deserves. Throughout the let's call it Western media, and obviously when something like this, like what happened on Thursday, happens, then everybody suddenly is interested and jumps on board and wants to know about it. But there were quite a few interesting stories, quite a few good stories coming out of the tournament, which it seems weren't covered as much as the unrest.
Finally, Morocco were suspended last week for its failure to host the tournament. What's your reaction?
Okay. Yes, I think that was pretty much on the cards. After I think CAF were I think two things. They were embarrassed when Morocco pulled out, and I think that's something that they don't like. And secondly, obviously, they were also in trouble because they needed to put it together, the tournament, and they managed that. So I think the Moroccans getting a two-tournament suspension was something really that was expected. I think that they've got a very good chance that one suspension will probably be lifted. This has happened a few times before, and I think it could happen again.
Peter of the Heyde, thank you for speaking to us.